So you've been blogging and it doesn't feel like it's working. No traffic to the website, no new opt-ins for the list, no comments on the blog post, not a whole lot of love, right? There's a couple of things we should be looking at to use our blog to build our list, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. Hey, I'm Michelle Sissom, and I want to welcome you to Entrepreneurs Take Action. Today we are talking about how to use your blog to build your list. So number one, if you're blogging and you're blogging on a consistent basis, congratulations. That is the first biggest hurdle, it looks like, for the majority of people. I was reading something the other day that said that over 65% of bloggers haven't posted a blog in the last 2 months. Guess can't call themselves bloggers, right? So if you're at least out there putting out the content, congratulations. Let's look at what we can do to improve the usage, the conversion from those blog posts. I don't want you just blogging to be blogging, right? We have got to have a purpose, a strategy, and find some results out of that. So I wanted to talk to you today about some specific things that you can do to use your blog to build your list. So we're going to focus on list building and blogging today. Okay, so the first thing is something called a content upgrade. If you have been reading very many of my posts over the last several months, you will see a lot of content upgrades. And actually, we're going to give you a content upgrade along this topic about how to create content upgrades. So let me just tell you what a content upgrade is. It is when you talk on a subject, speak on a subject, blog on a subject, whatever that is. So I'm creating this video podcast, and today I'm talking about blogging and specifically about content upgrades. So I can actually give you additional information by having a place for you to opt in to grab that additional information. So what we'll do today is we will actually put this video podcast in a blog on our website at decisiveminds.com/content upgrade. So that's decisiveminds.com/content upgrade. Go there and you will see that you can give me your first name and email address, and I'm going to send you the information on how to actually do content upgrades. Okay, so what did I just do? I'm talking to you about blogging, talking to you about list building. I'm sharing with you that there's an idea, a strategy called content upgrades, and now I'm giving you a way to get access to the information on how to do those content upgrades. Thus the content upgrade. It works fabulously, guys. Okay? So I want you to be sure you go, decisiveminds.com/content upgrade, get the information there, and start doing content upgrades with your blog post. So when someone sees your blog on social media and they click on it to read it, when they get to your website to read that blog, they can actually give you their name and email address for more information. List build, right? So number one, content upgrades. Number two is actually, what are you doing with these blog posts? A lot of bloggers are out there, they write the great blog post and then it's like, all right, come find it. No. It is our responsibility to have people find it. So we want to be sure that we are out on a very consistent basis daily promoting a blog post from our website. Now, do I want you to be blogging daily? No, I'm not saying that. I think you should be blogging 3 times a week. But every day you can go to social media and you can repost a blog post that you wrote 6, 8, 10 months ago. Maybe 3 years ago if you've written great evergreen content that's still valuable. Okay, so we do that a lot. We go back and repost those old blog posts, get them some more traffic, have some more eyes on them. And so when someone comes to your website, they can hopefully see right there next to your blog post that you have an opt-in for some additional great information, your freebie, right? So we want to use those blog posts to drive traffic to our website. Pretty simple. Just, you can do it in one of 2 ways. If you've got the social media icons on your blog post, which you should, so that people can share them, you can click on that and just post it to Facebook, tweet it on Twitter, send it to LinkedIn, whatever those platforms are that you're using. Or you could go straight into Twitter, for example, and write just a little blurb about what your blog post is and then put the URL for the blog post. Okay? So be sure that you are out there promoting your blog post. That will drive traffic back to your website. That traffic should convert to list building. Number 3 is to really look at what is your call to action in these blog posts. And one thing that we do a lot of is, I do a lot of webinars and teleseminars and speaking, and we want to look at, do you want to, let's say for example, you're going to teach a class. Maybe you're going to do a free webinar, okay? And that free webinar is going to be on 3 tips on how to grow your list. And so you could write a blog post entitled 3 tips on how to grow a list and start to talk about those tips that you're going to talk about in the webinar. It's going to be short and to the point, right? It's a blog post. It's not going to be more than 500 words. And the last paragraph is your call to action, where you could say, so, if you found this to be helpful, if you want more information, I'm going to teach a free webinar. I would love for you to join me. Here's how you register. And they click on that and they give you their name and email address, and then you can send them the information about when the webinar is, right? So look at your blogs and do they have a call to action? Now sometimes, we're talking specifically about list building here, but sometimes that call to action may be to drive them somewhere else. Maybe to have them click on an additional blog post. It may be to have them leave a comment or share it on social media. All of those things can turn into list building strategies, right? Okay, real quick, I just wanted to cover for you, some steps, some ideas to keep in mind whenever you're trying to design a converting blog, a blog that actually works like this, right? Number 1 is that the title is key. Extremely important that you are very careful with those titles. It really has to be something that people are already looking for. So, how to use your blog to build your list. 3 tips to grow your list. How to buy a house with no money down, right? Think about what are people already looking for. The title is extremely important. People love numbers and they love how-tos. Did you know that on YouTube, the most searched words are how-to? So there you go. Number 2 is that your blog post should not be that long. 400 to 600 words maximum. When you get beyond 600 words, you're really talking about an article and no longer talking about a blog. Remember, people want fast information. They want great information, but they want to get in there and read it and get out, right? That's why I love blogs. Number 3, people love steps to doing something. So tell them that you've got the tips or the steps and take them through that. So 4 easy steps to creating your newsletter or something like that, okay? And then the last one, and I actually talked about it earlier, is to be sure that you've got a call to action in each and every blog post. And that call to action does not always have to be buy my stuff. It might be join my free webinar. It might be like my fan page on Facebook. It might be leave me a comment below and tell me how you're doing this, right? Tell your audience what to do next. That's why the call to action is key, right? Don't just leave them hanging. They just read a great blog post that you wrote. What do you want them to do next? Call to action. All right, this is Michelle Sism. I want to see you building your list. So be sure that you're blogging 3 times a week if possible, and using that blog to grow your list. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.